Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jennifer Huber, also known as Solo Travel Girl, and since June of 2022, I've been using Mounjaro to manage my type 2 diabetes. So yeah, I am year 3 of my Mounjaro journey experience, and I'm sorry, as soon as I started recording, my pet started to come on over. I'm not sure why. Anyway, one of my cats staring at me. But anyway, where was I? Yeah, I started week 106 this week, but this is year 3 of the Mounjaro journey and experience. Before I get into this month's update, I just want to remind you that I'm not a healthcare professional, and I'm just sharing my personal experience and opinion about using Mounjaro to manage my type 2 diabetes. Also, I have no relationship with any pharmacy that is dispensing Mounjaro. Alright, so yeah, rather than weekly updates, I am going to do at least once a month, and I'm going to do that the first Sunday of every month. So this is week 106 of Mounjaro, and let's see, this is week 46, I believe, at the 7.5 milligram dose. And I was doing a little bit of looking back, and looks like I was on the 10 milligram dose for about 11 months off and on, which seems like a long time. I didn't think I was on it for that long, but 7.5 milligrams, this is where I am. And compared to the last video, I am down 3 pounds. I'm down to 136 pounds. My A1C has been in the 70s and 90s for the last couple weeks. We'll just put that right over here. What else we got going on? Nutrition. I'm just being mindful of nutrition. Loving the fresh fruits this time of year, making my yogurt, and I reached out to BlendJet because I'm wondering, where is my replacement BlendJet from the recall that was in December of last year? I filled out the form in January, destroyed my BlendJet in January, sent them the photos, and they acknowledged it. Well, if you've been following along, you know, I think it was April they sent me an update saying it looked like June is when they would have all the replacements out. Well, June came and went, and they did get back to me really quickly, and basically they can't give me a timeline as to when I'm going to have my new BlendJet. So I know they're selling BlendJets, and I don't know if it'd just be easier if they just sent everyone just these new products, but anyway, I guess I will wait. I do have my NutriBullet in the meantime to blend things up, and I did make a smoothie the other day, but pretty much I've been enjoying my yogurt and fresh fruit in the mornings. And what else is going on? Oh, we had 4th of July. Very exciting. But anyway, my injection was on Saturday. That's when my injections are now. It's going to be interesting. Next week, I am planning to take off on a road trip. In theory, I'll be gone for about 2.5 weeks. I do need to go up to my hometown up in Western New York, take care of a family member who is supposed to have surgery. However, plans might change. I won't know until Thursday whether it's going to happen. If her surgery is postponed, I will not be going up to New York. However, I will be going on a very mini road trip up to North Carolina. That is Radcliffe, if you heard his little nails on the floor. I'll be heading up to North Carolina just for the weekend then, and that's because I had won some... Okay, I had a little break there. Radcliffe decided to come on up here. He's not wearing his collar right now just because it's really noisy with his tags and that. Anyway, whether my relative is having surgery or not, I will still be taking a long weekend up to North Carolina, and that's because I won some hip cash through Hip Camp, and I booked a Hip Camp stay with it, and I can't change it. I would lose I didn't pay anything because I won basically, I think it was $125, $150 worth of hip cash, which is paying for my accommodations for the night, and I guess I won't know until Thursday, right, Rad? Okay, so Rad has itchy skin. He's actually on Apoquel, and he just had his Apoquel for today. If you're not familiar with Apoquel, it's a little pricey per pill, but he's worth it. Right, Rad? Alright, so while he is busy chewing on his foot, which you cannot see, what else do I have to talk about? Let me just take a look here. Well, I've decided that there are some things that I want to accomplish by the next Mounjaro video. One is what to do with my undergarments that are too big for me. And I'm not going to show you a pair of undergarments that I have, but basically I was going through my underwear drawer purging, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a big pile of garments. There has to be some place that maybe takes them. I didn't think it was right, like donating to Goodwill or somewhere. I just thought that would kind of gross, even though everything was all clean. So I did some search. I found a website, and I shipped off the first batch this week. So we'll see what happens. And when I get the results of that, I will post a video, not necessarily an update video, but I'll post you a video about that experience, make sure that it is legit, and maybe that's an option for you. But the size of my undergarments, oh my gosh, I was up to size 9. Now, if you know, undergarments don't go by dress sizes. I went from a size 16, sometimes 18, down to a size 8 and 10. Right, Red? Now, this is a medium-sized t-shirt. I'm wearing size, I think these are 8 shorts. Anyway, and I pulled out the size 9 panties, and oh my gosh, they are literally granny panties, and I'm too embarrassed to show you what they look like. But I am going to share a video with you eventually about that experience, about the lingerie. All right, another thing is I realized, one of my followers, and you've a regular follower, you reached out to me about what to do with my pens, my Mounjaro pens, what to do with my sharps, and I never found a place to dispose of my Mounjaro pens. And honestly, when I prick my fingers, my lancets, I've just been accumulating them over the years. So I have amassed a lot of lancets. I mean, they're kind of small, but the Mounjaro pens, Cliff is really going to town on his itchiness. Probably going to get a bath tonight, but we'll see about that. But anyway, so I have about 2 years worth of Mounjaro pens. Now, if you were following way in the beginning, you know that my doctor told me to just throw them in the trash, and that is not the proper way to dispose of them. So I have a lot of Mounjaro pens to dispose of. I did some research. I went to the Department of Health, the Florida Department of Health, and then it basically led me to my county, which is Sarasota County, and then apparently the fire departments are supposed to take the sharps. So I don't have sharps containers, but what I've been using, and I'll do a photo or a little video here of what I've been using. I've been basically using laundry detergent containers because those are really sturdy. And what I read is that you need to seal them up with tape so people cannot get into them, and then label them sharps. So that's going to be my goal by my August video, is to find a place to dispose of my sharps. Also, I don't know if it's going to be completed by my next video, but my next A1C check or reading is going to be in, it was supposed to be the end of July, but I had to move it because I'm supposed to be out of town. So it's going to be the first week in August. So yeah, I think the next time I post an update video, I should have that A1C for you. So here's hoping that my A1C is at least 5.6. I have a feeling it might be a little higher, but I don't know. I hope not. I hope I stay in this normal range, because I do feel better. I feel like my vision is better. I don't get those highs and lows with sugar and that, and just being mindful as to what I am eating. And speaking of, I didn't mention this when I had the injection. I did start to tell you that I'm taking my injections on Saturdays, and I didn't necessarily have nauseousness the last couple of weeks, but leading up to injection day, like maybe 2 days before injection day, I just had like major just crampiness and uneasiness in my stomach and my bowels and that. And then that kind of got me paranoid of, I've heard of people having digestive issues and stomach issues because it slows down your digestion, the medication does. So I'm thinking, oh my gosh, is stomach paralysis happening to me. And I don't think so. I think it's just something weird that I ate. So we'll see what happens this week if that's the same. But I guess getting back, I'm sorry, I saw a squirrel and I went off on this other tangent. But my road trip and Mounjaro, I'm planning to leave after work on Friday just so I can drive a little bit so I can get to North Carolina on Saturday. Whether I will continue on the New York, again, I will know on Thursday, but I will know how many Mounjaro pens to pack with me on that road trip. And then I've been looking, do I get like a little mini refrigerator to take with me? I do have like a dorm size refrigerator, but then I saw there's like these cooler refrigerators I was looking at, or just do I just stick with a regular cooler? And so far I did not pick up the cooler refrigerator that I saw. I do have a generator. I purchased a generator during the storm preparedness tax-free month that Florida had this summer. There's going to be another one later this year in case you missed it. But it's a little portable generator that I can plug in. Or I think I'm just going to go the old-fashioned ice and cooler route just to make sure I can keep that medication safe. So either I am going to be gone for a long weekend this coming up weekend, or I'm going to be gone for the balance of the month of July. Time will tell. I'm sure I'll be posting information along the way. And I think that's it for now. Other things not related to Mounjaro. A reporter for Kiplinger's reached out to me writing an article about retirees and travel and was looking for some travel tips. So I provided him with that information. That article is forthcoming, so we'll see about that. So I think that's all. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you had a great 4th of July celebration. Hope you're keeping cool. I know it's like this heat wave going across the country, and like Death Valley was supposed to have record temperatures, and still hot and humid in Florida. Woohoo! All right. Oh, exercise. I didn't talk about exercise. Basically, it's walking Radcliffe twice a day. I've been doing my bar Pilates. Here we go. And did some lawn work the last couple weekends. And a lot of housework this weekend. One of the things I have when I'm going away, especially for an extended long period of time, this is the longest I'll be away from my home. I like to clean as much as I can and straighten out so that when the house pet sitter comes in, that she's not overwhelmed with stuff, and that it's nice and clean when I come home as well. But also, I know I said I was going to wrap this up. Also, I just want to share couple pictures that have come up in my Facebook memories of me from, I'll put the years from when they're from, but I don't recognize myself, and I'm still getting used to this is what I look like on the outside. And I was donating platelets a couple weeks ago, and the nurse, I can't pronounce it. The nurse, she was just saying how tiny I was when she was having me get adjusted on the bed, and it's just so weird when people say to that. People make comments about my body and that because I don't think that I'm small at all. I'm going to show you a picture of me and Shaquille O'Neal from several years ago, and yeah, I do look small in this photo. All right, my friends, I have gone on enough, but again, I hope you're having success with Mounjaro. And remember, not only be kind to others this week, but please be kind to yourself. I'll catch you soon. Bye.